It's my second to last day being in my 20s, and I don't really know how to feel. I'm turning 30 on April 5th, 2025, and I've been waiting. It's not waiting, but looking forward to this birthday for quite some time, and now that it's here, I'm like, oh, look. But I'm excited. I'm really grateful. I've felt a lot of different feelings this week. It's been an interesting week. I think I'm also about to start my cycle, so I think that's been part of the reason that there's been a lot of swinging back and forth between emotions and states of mind. But generally, I feel like it's gonna be a good decade, and I'm gonna feel just more confident and more sure and more grounded and more self-aware and have like a better understanding and knowing of myself. But I don't feel ready to claim 30 yet, honestly. Like, I feel like you have to earn that, and I don't quite feel like I've earned it yet fully. But yeah, I really am looking forward to spending like the first part, a little bit of like being 30, just reflecting on my 20s and what it means now that that era is over. Um, Honestly, I feel like the feelings I've been having this week are like a good representation of what that decade has been like for me. Just a lot of like back and forth feelings, like very strong feelings, and lots of endings and new beginnings, and feeling unsure and looking forward to things, but at the same time not knowing if I'm prepared. So, yeah, I definitely went through it in my 20s. Definitely like my decade of coming into an awareness of myself, a decade of realizing like how much I don't know and how much I still have to grow. When I was little, adults would always tell me that I was like, Dominicans say like ahentada, like that I would just like act grown basically, and like, yeah, I'd be like, there's a clip actually of my, I think, 8th birthday or 9th birthday, and they're like 8 going on 28. If I have a clip, I'll insert it here. And that always bothered me as a little girl. Like, I really didn't like that because I felt like I was just trying to be myself and like figure out who I was. And I was the youngest out of all my cousins and stuff, so everyone around me was older. But as I get older, I realize that I'm actually a late bloomer. Like, I think that when I was younger, I was very much like, oh yeah, of course, when I'm 25, I'm gonna have kids and like a house and be married. Like, what do you mean? Of course. And then when I got to 25, I was like, oh, no, babe, we're not there yet. And I still feel that way. Like, everyone around me is like getting married and having kids and stuff. And I'm like, I'm still growing up. Don't get it twisted. I'm a grown ass woman with my responsibilities. But yeah, I'm like, I'm still figuring it out, you guys. I don't know about all of that. I still want to have fun and fuck around. Um, which, like, both things can coexist, obviously, but I think if you're in the stage of your life and you also don't feel really ready about those like big life steps, or you're not sure if you even want to do those things, and you feel like you understand my sentiment. But yeah, one thing that I really wanted to do in my 20s is start a YouTube channel, and I really wrestled with like my goals in my 20s and like doing the steps towards achieving those things. And in the later part of my 20s, I think I got a lot better at like getting myself to get up and move and do the things. And so this is me just doing the thing. I really wanted to post a video before I turned 30s or before I left my 20s, and I promised myself I would do that. So I'm just gonna post this. I have so much footage to post, and I was just looking through all of it, and I'm really excited to parse through it and just like reflect on my 20s through that and share that with hopefully like a fun community of people that I find on here. But for now, I couldn't even figure out how to clip something on iMovie, even though I've done it before. So I gave up on that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna old school photo booth it and just throw it on there, and I'll have done it, just get the first step out of the way. So here it is. This is it. I just want to say to all the 20 something versions of me, thank you for getting me here. Oh my god, why am I emotional? One second. That was weird. That was weird. No, we're back. Yeah, just I think back to me at like 20, and it's crazy. Like, I was really just like a little girl, and it's so funny that all of your 20s kind of gets grouped in together, even though you go through so many phases in your 20s, I feel like. Um, and I love that girl. I love every version of me, even though like I'm really not that person anymore, I don't think. Hopefully in a lot of ways. Of course in other ways I still am, but yeah, I'm just grateful for the memories that I got to make, and I'm grateful for the decisions that I made because they got me here, and grateful for all of the thinking and overthinking and crises that I went through because I feel like it made me mentally tougher, and now I really appreciate and enjoy the outlook that I have in life, and my brain is just like such a nicer place to be in because I like went through all those things and did the work, and I got myself like a home to live in and a space to be in and cute clothes and great meals and travel and friends and nice memories, and I'm just thankful to myself for cultivating the life that we have so far. And a wonderful doggy, of course. Let me not forget that. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting transition just because of like how much pressure I feel like society puts in onto this transition specifically, like 20s to 30s, like leaving your 20s. It's like youth over. And that's okay. Like now is that the beginning of the rest of my life is happening, and your youth is like such a small part of your life. So it's interesting that we put that much like emphasis on it. But shout out to all my 1995 babies. I'm sending you lots of love. I feel like deeply connected to 95 babies. I feel like everyone born in 95, we kind of just like we get each other. So I'm grateful for that. I'm wishing you all the best of luck. If you're a 95 baby, tell me how you're feeling. Tell me like yeah, what your thoughts are going into 30, what your goals are, how you're preparing mentally. Um, and if you're not a 95 baby and you're younger, then tell me how you feel about like eventually turning 30. Just to let you know, it comes very fast. So I'm sure everyone says that. You've probably heard that before, but it really does. Like you see everyone around you turning 30, you're like, I wonder what that's like. And then you blink and it's you turning 30. And you know what it's like. So just enjoy your years and be intentional, be reflective, be mindful. Me being wise now that I'm turning 30. And if you pass 30, share with us like how your 30s have been so far, or if you're past your 30s, what your experience was like in your 30s, what you feel like that era of your life gave you. Just share a nice comment or wise words below, or a goal, or whatever you want to share in the comments if you're watching this. Thanks for watching my first YouTube video ever. There will be more to come. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful April 5th, a beautiful birthday of mine, and a beautiful every day after that, and a beautiful April. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you want to hang out. Yeah. Bye.